What's up everyone, it's Adam from Life of Adam. Today I'm back with a brand new video, and in today's video I'm going to be ranking the hardest swim strokes to learn as a swimmer. We're going to start off with the easiest and work our way to the most difficult. So this video is going to be very helpful for someone who's interested in swimming and wants to learn. Now we're going to start off on the bottom, and this is the easiest. The easiest swim stroke to learn as a swimmer or a beginner swimmer is freestyle. And freestyle is by far the most popular swim stroke. And the reason why it's so easy is because when you're learning how to swim for the first time, you go into the pool and you learn a swim stroke. It's a very beginner swim stroke, but it's called the doggy paddle, which is you kind of like scoop your hands and you're just learning how to keep your head up and kick your feet. What that is a very, very bad front crawl or freestyle. So really what you're trying to do is slowly evolve into getting your arms out of the water. You still kick your feet, but you perfect the flutter kick. Basically combining the arms out of the water with your feet rapidly kicking is freestyle. So this is why it's the easiest. It's because it's kind of the first thing that you learn, and it's what most people do when they're swimming. Now, quick note, if you want to get a really good freestyle, let's say you're swimming competitively or you're lap swimming or whatever, perfecting rotary breathing, knowing how to breathe while doing it, and also having fluid motions and being able to do it quick and efficiently without getting super tired, that obviously makes it a little bit more challenging. But to start off, it is the easiest. Now, number 4, the second easiest stroke to learn as a swimmer is the side stroke. And the reason I'm including the side stroke is because I want to cover all of the different directions of swimming. So forward, backwards, sideways. And the reason why side stroke is so easy is because it's not a physically demanding stroke and can be a little technical and interesting to learn, because what you're doing is called a scissor kick, which is like both of your legs are kind of spread and you kind of whip them together. And that motion of putting your legs together like a pair of scissors is what pushes you in the water, and you're kind of like reaching one arm and like grabbing it and putting it in the basket, and that motion with the legs is what we call a side stroke. And it's a very casual stroke to do if you're just changing direction and hanging out in the pool, but it's something that's important to learn. So I do have this as one of the easier strokes, but it can be a little tricky at first just to get the hang of the motion, but once you get it, it sticks with you. Now, number 3 is backstroke. And backstroke is tricky because you're going backwards, so you don't have the visual cues of, okay, what's behind me? So if you're someone who's swimming laps and you're doing backstroke, it can be kind of weird at first to feel comfortable doing it and kind of worrying about what's behind you. Maybe you're already at the end of the pool, you don't want to hit your head. So backstroke is really like freestyle in the sense that you're on your stomach, you're doing a similar kick. It's like flutter kicking with your feet, you're keeping your legs straight, and what your arms are doing is that you're kind of lifting them up and waving it goodbye, and you're alternating them and combining that with the legs. So it's not necessarily a beginner swim stroke, but it's something that you can learn how to do relatively quickly, and I have it at number 3. Now, number 2, the second hardest swim stroke to learn by far is the breaststroke. And the breaststroke is something that people can do it, but they're not gonna move unless you do it correctly. It's kind of like a synchronization thing where you think you're moving your arms correctly, you think you're doing the frog kick correctly, but really you have to practice it in order to get the timing correct with the top half and the bottom half of your body. So this is a stroke that you learn early on, and they try to teach you the breaststroke kick very early, but having a good breaststroke takes time, and it's something that beginner swimmers tend to have a difficult time doing, just because the kick is a lot different than your traditional flutter kicks or your freestyle or your backstroke kick. So I do have this at 2, but once you get the hang of it, it is my personal favorite stroke because you don't get tired very easily. You can do it for long distances, and it's very comfortable. It's also very fun to do in my opinion. Now, the hardest stroke to learn as a swimmer by far is butterfly. And butterfly is something that we really don't teach when I used to teach swim lessons. It's not something you touch until like level 5, level 6 swimming. So you have to be a very comfortable advanced swimmer to know how to do this or even learn how to do it. So that basically means that you have to get all of these down before you can explore with the butterfly. And the reason why it's difficult is because, number 1, it requires a lot of core strength, and you use a kick called a dolphin kick. So really it's with your hips and your feet are together, and you're kind of moving your hips like a dolphin, and you're combining that with your upper body of lifting your arms out of the water, and you kind of get into a tempo where your body's kind of moving in the water and the arms coming out is kind of propelling you back in. It's kind of like a roller coaster, like a up and down type feel, where if you get this down, yes, it's very impressive and it requires lots of physical exertion, but it's not something you do casually. So before I leave, if you guys are interested in swimming tips along with lifeguarding tips, because this is a lifeguard swim channel, water safety channel, I highly recommend you subscribe and like the video, show your support. Comment down below if you have any questions or ideas of future videos. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.